Namaskar from our channel, The Consultant's View. The role of NGOs in the society is far-reaching. NGOs actively participate in developing communities and drive social change in support of many welfare facilities under rural and urban settings. NGO also plays a major role for the community to access the urban infrastructural facilities like water, sanitation, power, road, etc. in respect to effective service delivery. In an engineering project, contribution of NGOs are being duly recognized too, along with technical professionals working under one umbrella. We realize the importance of NGO in our society is immense. Today, we will discuss on the role of NGO in better utilization of service delivery infrastructure. So our guest with us today is Dr. M.N. Rai. Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.
So welcome to our channel,
Thank you.
The Consultant's View.
Thank you.
Sir, before we deep down to our session today, so let me introduce you in brief. Dr. M.N. Rai joined Indian Administrative Service in 1980 after completing M.Tech in electronics. While in service, he did PhD on Sociology from the Tata Institute of Social Science, Mumbai. He also studied sustainability development in Birmingham University. He was district magistrates of undivided Jalpaiguri and undivided Midnapur districts in early 90s, where he launched the largest literacy campaign of the country and a people-centric sanitation movement. He retired as additional chief secretary of the government of West Bengal. He is founder president of Sigma Foundation, a not-for-profit organization, in 2014 after his retirement. He leads a team of around 30 professionals working across 21 states of India on several thematic areas like WASH, rural development, health, education, child protection, agriculture, climate change, local governments, etc. Dr. Roy is a member of Indian Statistical Institute, International Union for Scientific Study of Population, International Waterworks Association, Institution of Engineers, Indian Science Congress Association. He authored many international publications. Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Okay. Shall let us deep down to the questions
Yes, please.
I have drafted for you.
Right.
For the viewers, please elaborate in brief the roles and responsibilities of NGO in general. What are the unique contributions to society which other entities cannot reach out?
Actually, there is no defined roles and responsibilities for the NGOs because they can work in any field they want. It is more or less tuned with what they feel that they should do to the humankind. So, and the type of problem they see which they want to get addressed and work with the people. And normally they have a mission and vision statement that what they will do. So normally they do all types of socio-economic development, environmental development, and anything that helps the human being.
Yes,
so
sir.
there is no defined structure that who will do what and where. It's all free for them.
Okay, sir. Let us restrict our today's discussion to service delivery infrastructure.
Yes, fine. That's a very important area.
For example, where there's potable water supply, sewage, drainage,
Yes,
sanitation,
yes.
etc., road,
Yes.
and access to home. So, which are the specific activities the NGO should focus on in order to encompass the requirements of service delivery infrastructure projects?
Yeah, actually, service delivery infrastructure is to deliver service to the people. So, government creates this infrastructure to serve the people. So, it is not a pure engineering project.
Yeah.
So, if it is pure engineering project, then people remain disconnected. So, but the demand is for the people, to be utilized by the people, and normally people are not consulted during design, not consulted during operation and maintenance. People only know what to complain for, when to complain, and that is also not clear. But the understanding now, which is becoming more and more clear even by the government of India or all organizations, that unless people become partners in development, you cannot develop infrastructure only to provide them as a client, and you are a disconnected supplier which will go to the people. So very critical thing is that people should own the services. They should be partner in development of the infrastructure, its maintenance, and its sustainability, so that the purpose for which the infrastructure is created, that serves them. So the disconnect between the engineer, because they are not going to enjoy the facility, they are only to provide, or the government, they are only to provide. And now, fortunately, there are many cases service benchmark. What quality of service they should have. For example, water, what quantity of water, what quality of water, at what pressure. All these things are there, and its sustainability of the service is also very important. So without involvement of the people, not as beneficiary, but as partner, the service delivery will suffer. That's the experience. So there is more and more role that is being assigned even by the government, that wherever a project is implemented, first the people should be made aware what is going to come, and starting from design, they should be consulted, not informed. They should be consulted to know what are the type of service they want, what are the gaps, what are their choices, and that will also help them to realize the cost of the infrastructure, so that encourages them that if we do not pay the service charge, the maintenance will suffer and our service will be affected. So they become a part of the decision making. It is not imposed on them, and it becomes a one entity taking the service provider and the service recipient as a partner. They jointly do it. They jointly develop the infrastructure, they maintain it together and enjoy the service as per the desired quality.
That's how they are going to be the partner, not only the beneficiary.
Yes, it's a transformation in the government or the engineering. We have to visualize that they are not beneficiary, they are the owner of the infrastructure, and they should be taken up as a partner right from the design time, so that design suits their need and service delivery suits their need. Because design is done typically from book knowledge based on certain standard parameters. It cannot define the local context. The local context only the people know that what will be the type of infrastructure which will serve them the best. And normally experience is that reduces the cost of capital formation, the infrastructure creation, and also cost of O&M. For example, if there are pipelines laid across interior villages, and PHED has to ensure that the pipe leakage or pipe burst or water theft should be monitored by their own people, it is immensely costly and not doable. But if people become partner, they start watching for the PHED. Yes, there's a pipe leakage or a pipe burst, valve leakage, or some other damage of the infrastructure. Then it reduces cost. They become the watchdog for the infrastructure. They maintain the infrastructure and they protect the infrastructure.
Exactly.
So that's why the people's contribution right from beginning to make them the owner is very, very critical for successful service delivery.
So what I realize is that understand is that means your role is to make them connect, to be a partner.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. How outputs from NGO's activity can be properly utilized by the engineering professionals working under same umbrella?
Yeah, actually they should work together in major contract. For example, where this type of infrastructure created, we were a part of a contractor system for a massive water supply scheme, when a reputed engineering firm was the contractor for creating infrastructure. We were the contractor for building people's awareness and bringing people closer to the system and educating them, making them aware, and understanding the whole aspects of water supply management, so that they consciously participate and protect and maintain the infrastructure. So they
Yes.
should have simultaneously parallel effort. And also, occasionally it happens, they develop the infrastructure and then go to the people who have done it for you. Now you come and maintain it, and at that stage, entry of engineer is very ineffective. Because unless you consult them or you would work together to design it, then it is imposed on them. It's not created by them. The ownership quality comes down.
Yeah.
And it is their need. They understand better. So whoever creates the infrastructure, they do not enjoy the service. The
Yes.
department or a directorate or a company. So it is people who are the supreme, they should be at the center. And they should be involved right from the beginning. But bringing the people who have distrust on government, they do not believe that they will be really allowed to intervene and do it. So that requires a lot of confidence building, lot of trust building, lot of awareness generation on what is going to happen, and basic understanding of the overall engineering thing. People do understand that how a water supply system works, or how a waste treatment plant works, or how a defluoridation plant works, or a arsenic mitigation plant works. They do understand, not the technology in depth, but broadly how it works. So that is very critical.
That means, sir, from distrust to trust.
Yes, that is
That's
very critical.
the big
Absolutely.
contribution from NGO to the
Exactly.
society.
So they should bring it to that level. And also the other very important critical part of the NGO is that within the community who gets the service, it is not a homogeneous group.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are people of different class, different caste, different economic development, different social segregated wing, so highly heterogeneous. And normally all service delivery suffers from lack of equity, lack of inclusiveness. So some marginalized community who may be socially marginalized or who may be living in a little outside the village, they may remain excluded. We have seen that water supply system has been provided, but there is a small habitation with 3-4 people. So they thought that it's very difficult to take the pipeline there, so let us exclude them, and they don't have much voice. They are marginalized socially also.
Okay.
That's why they live little away. So bringing them together to ensure inclusiveness and ensure equity is another big role that NGOs normally play, so that all have a fair game.
Thank you, sir. My next question will be, sir, during my association with project on service delivery infrastructure on behalf of a consulting firm working on engineering proposal, I often notice that many activities were common both from our end, engineering end, and both from your end, NGO activities. So how to draw a boundary to avoid this overlapping, and who should be responsible for this monitoring?
No, actually, if you go unpack the whole thing, these are not exactly the same.
Okay.
The lenses are different. You see, the engineers will see from their lens. People will see it from their lens. So, strictly speaking, they are not exactly identical.
Okay.
But while the engineer will take care of the supply side thing, the NGO or the people will look it from the demand side thing. So the same thing, how much water is flowing out, both are the same, but it's a supply side view is different from a demand side view. The other thing is that sometimes even the actual delivery is also different. So normally the big projects, the engineering part, what the monitor is the supply side. I am delivering this. For example, in water supply plant, I am delivering so many kiloliter per day, and presuming that it reaches everywhere. But the tail end, they will not receive that much of water pressure, so their quality will come down. Even if there is a leakage on the way, the quality of water will be far bad, comparatively much worse, maybe even not potable down the line. Since our system still not ready to use high-end digital tools to monitor the delivery side parameters, so NGOs can fill that gap by making people aware that these are the quality standards. So when you receive the water, or when you receive something, this is important. For example, another, the waste collection system we found in certain cities in India where we did work, in Bhubaneswar, in Rajasthan, Jaipur. So there is a system where waste is collected, segregated from house to house. So collection is something the engineers or the service providers see that, yes, we have a system of going to the household and collecting water. But it's not water, collecting waste. Same from the people side, the view will be that whether there is equity in the collection. It looks strange to say that. We found that the houses where there are disabled people, there are old people, they take more time to bring the waste.
Oh, is
so
it?
if you plan that every house they will wait for a minute, then there could be certain houses, there may be very old person, they will take couple of minutes to come slowly and give the garbage. So we found that there's innovative solution. They have put sticker on these houses. There are disabled people live here, or a very old people live here. So the delivery system has to be reworked so that instead of a minute, they will wait for their 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So that is the same thing that you are supplying. You have a route chart, you have a timed plan where they will be going for how long. But from the user point of view, you have to tune the whole thing to the diversity among the consumers. That is the role of the engineer.
Great, sir. Sir, if I summarize your answer, then I feel that engineers are supply-centric mindset.
Yes, absolutely.
And the NGOs are demand-centric mindset.
And people-centric mindset.
Yeah, people-centric mindset.
They believe more in diversity within the system. But from engineering point of design, the diversity is not acknowledged.
Acknowledged, correct.
Okay.
Sir, you have been in this field for so long. Please discuss some of the challenges which you normally face in general.
No, actually, there are many types of challenges. One is you have to be accepted by the community. Then often there are interference by the political leader, local leader. In many cases, there are vested interests to allow things to continue like that. Particularly activities related to economic development, there are vested interests. Remember in area where irrigation plan was being planned, then down the river, then some of the big landowners, they were almost indirectly opposing it because the condition of the poor are improved. They don't get easy labor.
Oh.
So they were not really that much interested that yes, water should flow to all. Rather, they are happy that their field has water and people come to them to do the work. So these are the challenges. There could be vested interest around the infrastructure. And the typical thing is that if there's a ferry, the ferryman will not want a bridge to come up.
Exactly.
So there are vested interests. So if you want to really, in a situation where you are also simultaneously addressing the vested interest, then of course the challenges will be high.
Okay, sir. Sir, my next question will be, if I look into the roles of different entities in a typical service delivery consultancy project from a third lens, on a holistic approach, I see fundamentally NGO is also a service provider to the society.
Yes.
Either on behalf of government agency or self-sponsored. If my understanding is correct, sir, please let me know how NGO differs from a typical consultancy house.
No, actually the engineering wing or the service delivery organization, normally they provide tangible service. You can see, you can measure, water is flowing, waste is getting collected, or whatever you can think of, or the recent infrastructure. But NGOs provide intangible services. Their awareness, their social capital, they are being able to work in tune with the government. These are all not visible.
Difficult to quantify.
This is not possible to quantify. And also, for the tangible thing, you can measure it equally for all. For the intangible thing, you need to put in much more effort for who are socially, economically, or culturally behind. So, actually, even changes or transformation in their understanding, in their realization or internalization of the situation, you have to devote more time with those who are marginalized. And that is totally intangible. You cannot see what is happening. So it's more challenging because it's not measurable. There's little proof, and that's why it becomes very difficult in some occasions, because the people with whom they are working, there may be the different type of problem which you have not visualized. For example, working in an area which is quite interior, we found the literacy level is so low to make them understand the things. It's possible, certainly, yes. They are all intelligent. They do understand they are good or bad, whatever is good or bad to them. But it requires more effort, more multiple way of transmitting the message, more ICSBCC, that is information, education, communication, and social behavior change communication. So more marginalize the people, more challenging to them to bring them to at par with the others.
Okay, sir. So based on the knowledge I gained from NGOs, struggling for self-sustenance of an NGO has been a perpetual issue.
Yes,
But
yes.
nowadays it has become a critical issue. That's the feedback I got from some of my friends who are associated with NGO activities. Sir, if you support my statement, what would be your supporting argument and how this risk can be reduced or mitigated?
It is again a mixed experience. Some of them are well placed, have good market value, or people are aware that they are doing good work, they may get work easily. But those who are in the formation stage, or those who are working with things which are not so common to give them work, there it's a struggle to get adequate work, because NGOs deliver at a much lower cost, but they cannot stop. They have to pay their employees, they have to maintain the standard of services. So it depends. The other problem is that many occasions they are thought that they are supposed to provide free service. Even government expect that you are an NGO, you should provide free of cost. Why you are asking for money?
Is it?
So exactly. So they don't understand that they are paid much more for doing less. NGOs provide much more service with less payment, because although many of our staff, even they are far more qualified than many government officials. They are experts in the respective discipline. Because love the work, they work with us. So
This is a big risk for the sustenance of NGO.
Absolutely, and sometimes it becomes a problem. And there could be external factors when many NGOs have suffered very fatally. For example, during COVID, many NGOs had to suffer. They were not being paid because no income. They were unable to go to the field. And also in certain parts, if the investment comes down, or there's a choice that this area they are not very willing to invest, then of course the NGOs will have less work. So it depends which part of the country you are, what topic you are handling with, and what capacity you have so that you can overcome this thing.
Sir, any proposal you can give to reduce the risk, because it is a
Basically always a risk reduction strategy is to assess the risk. Assess the risk, identify what could be a risk factor, then plan mitigation measures in built. And of course, since all NGOs are service delivery oriented, they provide intangible service mostly. So your human resources is very critical. If the human resource is committed, capable, then probably you can survive better.
Okay, sir. Great. Based on the discussion we are having now, I realized importance of NGO in our society is immense. People from different background comes in NGO. What would be your guidance to those young professionals or the people who aspire to pursue their career in engaging themselves in NGO for societal activities?
First of all, the ability or the capacity of the government to absorb people is less. Government does not employ huge percentage of the people, and government is sinking. Government is outsourcing the work. So the domain of the NGOs is increasing. Many governments are outsourcing their work to the companies, or in some cases NGOs. So normally these are going to the big companies, but the same service are also provided by NGOs and who are more competitive. But their scale of operation normally is less. So if the young professional they want to build a career and to become a professional, NGOs are good to start with for two reasons. because this is a more free organization and you deal with many things. Being small organization, you have composite experience. As the organization becomes large, you have very specialized knowledge in a small unit. In the government, it's even specialized, your department, sub-department. So you have only very specialized role. For example, in our organization, we work on public health, education, child protection, water sanitation, environment, climate change. So same researchers, they can do research on all these aspects. And those who are domain expert, they are multidisciplinary type of work they can take up. But in government, it's very difficult to work in that mode. You become highly specialized in one area. But government, basically, you also sometimes forget your specialization. You work on very routine thing, and you lose your basic capability in certain things. So some of the young professionals, they prefer this career only for the love of the work. If you are very interested in having a satisfactory working life, then NGO is a good option. And if you want to have a safe life, maybe you are not doing adequately, but your salary is assured, then you can join government. The other very fundamental thing is that if there is challenge, then you become more competitive.
Exactly.
You develop yourself, you gain strength. If there is no challenge, your life becomes a vegetable. You get a regular monthly income and do whatever government asks to do. There is hardly anyone who can monitor. There are excellent workers in government, no doubt. But work culture-wise, NGOs are far better than.
So, in that case, do you think that can there be any specific academic course for those who
there are
aspire for NGOs?
Yeah, basically to train them on their mental attitude and their career path. But whatever it is, you cannot join. But total government employment is not even total. A few percentage of the total organized sector employment.
Exactly.
So all cannot enter the government job. So for others, if they want to remain competitive, and if the right mindset, and what we advise people that you should not chase money. Money should rather chase you. You develop as a good professional, because then you concentrate on your value, your asset value. If your value enhances, then you are safe. And if your value does not increase, then you are not safe.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Right. And government, it is very difficult to increase your value, excepting in a few positions, because you are routinely doing the same thing. So, but government experience, some people love. So that's all.
Okay, sir. Sir, here we are coming to the end of this discussion, sir. My last question will be: how do you see this my initiative to make podcast with professionals at your stature who have immense experience to guide the next generation?
No, actually communication is always useful. So this will help to reach many, many people who are searching this answer for the answer in their mind, but had no opportunity to really get reflected on these issues. So I congratulate your channel that you are communicating important messages for many professionals and providing diverse view to those who are interested to learn on these issues. And you can do it, get it quietly at your convenience to the podcast.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Sir, for your participation, sir, we want to give a certificate of participation from our end, sir, if you can accept it.
Oh, thank you very much. So nice.
For us.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.